All right, YouTube, what's going on? RC Pursuit here, and today we're going to have a little beginner talk about batteries and getting into the RC world. Getting into RC can be pretty daunting. There is a lot of information out there, and one of the hardest things to, when you're coming into this is because there's so much and it's all over the place. It makes it very difficult for you to kind of narrow in on what you need. So we're going to cut straight to the point here, and what I've got in front of me are the batteries that I currently use in my RC vehicles, except for one, which is this nickel metal battery at the top here. And then I'm going to be covering the basics of the batteries, and then the differences, connectors, vehicles, etc. If you don't have an RC car yet, the first thing you're going to want to do is pick the vehicle. Once you've picked your vehicle, you can make all your battery buying decisions and then go from there. So what you'll see here is this is an adapter, okay? And this is an XT60 to an EC5, okay? And this is a whole different motor and ESC combo setup on this specific vehicle. This right here is the Traxxas ESC, okay? And this comes stock on the vehicle. Now, it doesn't come stock with this plug. This plug is the EC5 and then the Traxxas connection. So when you unplug these, Traxxas uses their very own proprietary plugs, okay? So then this would be the male end, this would be the female end. So you would need a female Traxxas adapter to a male EC5 if you're running an IC5 battery. But before we get into all of that, this is what I mean, guys. This right here is going to dictate, in your vehicle, what batteries you go to. And until you've made your vehicle choice, you won't know what batteries you're going to run. So say, for example, you've gone ahead and you've decided to go with Traxxas as your very first vehicle. Well, congratulations, great brand, but you will need to know a few things. Right here, what I have are some extra batteries that I purchased for a different vehicle, and these vehicles are not compatible with Traxxas vehicles. So the next things to note is if you plan on venturing outside of the brand, you're going to want to do one of two things for your decision making. You're going to want to go ahead and either, if you're going outside of Traxxas, you're going to want to pick a battery that is not a Traxxas specific battery, or you're going to want to pick a Traxxas battery and then go with adapters for your batteries. Now, depending on your budget, that's going to decide kind of what battery you go with anyways, right? After you've selected your vehicle. So if you're on more of a budget, you may pick up some Lipos on Amazon that are a little bit cheaper, not hard case batteries, and then you do a pack of 2 and then you're done with it. And then from there, all you need to do is whatever vehicle you choose next, you're going to know in the back of your head that you're going to have to find adapters for that vehicle's ESC connection. So other than that, I mean, that is the easy stuff, okay? This is a ESC and motor combination. So when you do a switch like this, or if you're switching out the ESC, which is your electronic speed control, you're going to want to know what connector goes to that system. In my case specifically, I ended up tossing the Traxxas connection because this setup required a whole different connection. So now this Hobbywing Fusion requires an XT60. I'm still running my IC5 batteries, so I need an EC5 male connection to go ahead and run my specific Spectrum setup. And that's the thing about these batteries, guys, is that once you purchase a set of batteries, it's not like you need to go out and purchase more unless you really feel like you're burning through these packs all the time. You really don't need more once you get your first one, but if you have like maybe multiple vehicles you're trying to run, yeah, you're going to need to end up purchasing more batteries, and that's the reality of it. Now, this is actually an IC5 connection for the Spectrum's whole smart ID technology, whatnot. But IC5 is backwards compatible to the EC5 connection. So there you go. Super simple, super easy. These other plugs for your batteries, all your Lipos are going to have these. These are going to be your balance charging plugs. So these are what's going to tell your charger, it's going to tell your vehicle how many volts per cell is in this Lipo battery. Now for the 3S batteries, which this one is, it is going to have, you know, 1 cell or 3 cells total. And I'm holding it back upside down, and I just realized that now. On your batteries, this is going to be easier to hold up because it is a lot bigger, and so the information will be a little bit more clear. So this 5,000 milliamp hour is the size of the battery. We're all pretty familiar with this number here, this milliamp hour, just because, you know, cell phones, etc. But if you're not, that's what it is. This is the discharge rate of the battery, 30C. So the higher this number is, the more punch you're going to get out of your battery and whatnot. And then, you know, there's been some extensive testing on this number. I'm not going to do any of that on my channel. It requires a bit of equipment, and I don't feel like going out and purchasing any of the electronic equipment. So the next thing is this 3S. So this is a 3-cell Lipo battery. And then again, what that means is you've got 3 cells in this battery. Cover chargers real quick. This can be an extraordinarily difficult process, and it could be an extraordinarily easy process. And I'm going to make it super simple. If you are on a budget and you want to plug and play, you want to be able to charge it relatively fast, in and out, and not worry about, you just purchased this battery, will it work on this plug or whatnot, this Venom Pro Duo is still the way to go, okay? Because you don't spend really any extra money on it. I believe it's like $102 on Amazon. I'll go ahead and leave like a link where you can go ahead and view this on Amazon down below. But basically this charger is an 80-watt charger, dual charger, so that's 80 watts on both channels because it's 1 channel and 2 channels, 2 total, so you can charge 2 batteries at the same time. You also get to charge your nickel metal and your Lipo at the same time if you want to, if you're still sticking with the nickel metal. But really, the benefit, this box itself, you get your adapters, your leads that plug into the charger. You get your 2 balance boards, which is going to plug into the charger to tell, and then your balance ports for your Lipo batteries are going to plug into this balance board, so you can tell, or the charger can tell what you're charging. And then if you plug it into the wrong spot, you don't blow up or catch fire, because the charger will actually give you a warning saying that there's a break in connection or that the charging is incorrect. So that is one of the awesome things about the Venom Pro charger is you get you get these cables, and then you get adapters included, and so you get all sorts of adapters. I'm just going to read you them off of the box actually because it's easier than showing you all of them. So you know, you get your EC3, EC5, a Dean's plug, Tamiya, XT60, you get some alligator clips and a JST plug. And then it's not included in the back of this box here, but I also did get little XT60 adapters with mine in the small plastic packaging. And then I got some extra, I want to say it was Dean's adapters. Is what it was. Yeah, so Dean's, these little red ones here. So when you get this charger, I mean, this thing for $102, you get so much out of the box with it. And guys, it is tiny. So this is my 5,000 milliamp hour battery. That's how big the charger is. To give you an example, it's not very big at all. And when you're getting ready to charge, all you have to do is you plug your red to black, You get your balance board in here. If you don't like a ton of wires, you either do some wire organization or you get used to it, because there's not really a non-messy charger out there. There are some that kind of minimize it a little better, but you're gonna have wires. So you get your balance board on there. I don't have a plug to turn this on because I'm kind of too far away from any plug right now. And but what you do, these balance boards are labeled. I hope you can see that. They've got some labelings on the side for 3S, 2S, 4S, 5S, 6S. So you can charge up to a 6S battery on this charger. And you just plug it in like so to the 3S slot. And then you take your connector from your battery and you plug it in, and then you go through the settings here, and then you're done. I'll give a walkthrough on this battery at a later time on the setup, on its actual usage and whatnot, and kind of go over the overview. I'm gonna leave this plugged in because I got some batteries to charge after this. But essentially, you know, this battery does have dual channels, so 1 and 2. You got your channel button there to tell you which one you're going on to, and then you've got your LEDs to tell you which channel you're on, and these will function the different settings. And the great thing is, guys, is that, so out of the box, this has a normal LiPo charge. It also has a balance charge, a fast charge, and a storage charge, and a discharge. And I'm going to cover a couple of those very briefly now here, but most of that stuff will be covered in the charging tutorial. But just to you know, keep this in your head here, the charging is going to be the most important. So you're going to turn it on, it's going to charge, it's going to do work. You set up the settings correctly. The storage charge is the next one, because LiPo batteries, unlike your traditional batteries, if you leave them charged too long, at full charge, what may happen is, it'll be hard to tell in this case unless it bursts completely open, but they'll actually swell, and these batteries will expand, and then you have a big chance of a fire risk there, or something bad happening with your battery. So when you're not using them for long periods of time, like say for example you wanted to get it ready for the weekend, and you go and you have to discharge all your batteries, well, great. The Pro Duo can discharge 2 batteries at a time and storage charge them, so you kind of set and forget. Now you don't want to leave these things unattended, but this deal, the Pro Duo has a loud beeper on it, so you will hear when it's finished doing what it's doing. And then the other thing to note here too about getting started in RC is these things are going to help you a ton. I mean, not only is it going to be easy to store your batteries in them, this is the only one that I have because everything fits in there, but you're going to eventually want some individual maybe packs, or if you get bigger ones, there's different storage case options out there on Amazon. I just did this one to kind of try it out. And this is a fireproof container for your LiPo batteries. So when you're charging them, you open it up, and then you stick the battery in there, you close it up, and then you let it charge. So we've covered the charger, we've covered the batteries, and I'm going to cover the tester, so as well as monitor. Now you can pick these things up for like $5 on Amazon in different packages. This is the Venom specific one. I ended up getting this one, I think it was just because of the Venom branding, honestly. I really liked the charger, and I was like, hey, these guys are pretty good. And so I went with it. This little deal will save your LiPos. Now, ESCs have a built-in monitor that'll basically protect your battery from discharging too far. But what this does is, if you guys aren't going under any like water or whatever, you can actually, while you're running your vehicle, this doesn't take up too much power. I'm going to plug it in. So this is kind of a headphone alert right here. You're going to want to turn that down. I'll turn it down probably in editing, but so you'll just go ahead and plug it in. Okay, and it's going to read you your voltages on each cell. So you can see here, I've got mine on storage charge, probably need to bump it up a little bit, but it is tells you your readout for all the cells. And now the great thing is, so this goes, you can change the alert on this one, and right now it's set to 3.2 per cell. Once this battery reaches 3.2, and this is running on a vehicle, so like if you got a plane or something too, it'll beep at you, let you know, hey, we're dying, and then you can take the vehicle back in. And it is very, very loud. Lipo batteries are not super scary. I'll go over a whole charging tutorial with them at a later time. If you're new to this, I thought they were kind of scary too. There's so much stuff on the internet and you're like, oh my God, we're gonna burn the whole place down. These batteries are gonna explode and kill me. Not the case. Simple instructions. You just don't leave them plugged in like your cell phone. You treat them just a little bit differently, but you get a lot of fun out of them. We covered the chargers. This is the only charger I have. I think it's a great budget charger. For now, I don't have any reason to get another one. This thing charges all the way up to 6S, and I don't have any vehicles that go up to 6S. And to be honest, if you guys are looking for a 8S charger, this is not the one. It's not gonna work, number one. But number two, you know, your cost is gonna be a lot more on the chargers and batteries. And then, all right guys, if you liked what you saw today, please give me a like and subscribe. Help me create more it'll help me create more content and help me out there with the YouTube algorithm just starting out. Keep an eye out for that next video about charging batteries and the tutorial, and we'll keep going from there.